The next method is Cramer's rule or Cramer's method. But before understanding that method, you must know the concept of determinant, because determinant we are going to use in Cramer's rule. So here the determinant is given. You can see that in two vertical lines, four numbers are written. Okay, A, B, C and D. This is called a determinant. Here A, B and C, D, if you think of, they are called as rows, and AC and BD they are called as columns. Okay, rows means what? Horizontal lines, and columns means what? Vertical lines. Here degree of this determinant is 2, because 2 elements in each column and 2 elements in each row. Okay, so this is called as the determinant with degree 2. When we want to solve this determinant, or if we want to find the value of determinant, then you have to go for cross multiplication here. Okay, you can see that A is multiplied with D, diagonally multiplied, AD minus BC. Always you should write in the same way. If you are writing BC minus AD, it is wrong. Okay, you can see the arrows there, how the cross multiplication is done. A into D minus B into C. In between the symbol also is minus by default. Never write plus sign there. Okay, so the value of the determinant A, B, C, D here is AD minus BC. Okay, and AD minus BC is called as the value of this determinant. Here determinants are usually denoted by capital letters. A, B, C, D. You can use any letter here, but here specifically we are going to use D. Okay, so let us try to understand the method now. For this also I have taken the question from practice set 1.3. Practice set 1.3 from that question number 2, and the 2 is find the value of the following determinants. So sub question number 1 from that, see the determinant is minus 1, 7, 2 and 4. Here minus 1 and 7 is called as what? Row, and minus 1 and 2 is called as what? Column. So as I have said, you have to start from the first element of first column. So you will do minus 1 into 4, minus sign is there in between, and then 7 into 2. Cross multiplication you need to do in the same sequence. So when you cross multiply here, you are going to get minus 4 minus 14, and therefore the answer of the determinant is minus 18. Okay, so this question may appear for 1 mark, or it may appear for 2 marks, that find the value of the following determinants. Or sometimes they will give you any unknown letter. Okay, in place of any one number out of the 4 numbers, they will give you any variable, and they will ask you to find out that value of that variable by using the value of determinant. Okay, so that can be the activity based question. Let us see one more. Second question here, the determinant is 5, 3 in first row and minus 7 and 0 in second row. So you have to again go for cross multiplication. 5 into 0 minus 3 into minus 7. So 5 into 0 is 0, and 3 into minus 7 is minus 21, but outside again minus sign is there, so it is going to become plus 21. So 0 plus 21, the answer is 21. In this way you can find the value of the determinant. Okay, this is very important part, because finding the values we are going to use for Cramer's rule or Cramer's method to solve the simultaneous equations. Okay, so let us see now what Cramer's method is. It is also called as determinant method, and since the method was given by the mathematician called Cramer, The name is given after him as Cramer's rule. Okay. So let's try to understand what is Cramer's rule. So to use Cramer's method, we are taking the two equations in general form. Okay. First equation, a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and second equation is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Okay. So here a1, b1 and c1 are constants. a2, b2, c2 are also constant, but they are from the equation 2, and x and y are variables. So let us try to understand how to solve these equations by using determinant method or Cramer's rule. For solving these methods, we have to write down three determinants, namely dx, dy and d. How to write those determinants? That is most important. First, we are going to write determinant d. So for determinant d, you are going to think of only left hand side coefficients. Okay. Determinant d you have to write as a1, b1. That means coefficients from equations 1, and in the second row you will write down coefficients from equation 2. You will not think of the right hand side when you are writing d. Okay. So d is a1, b1 and a2, b2. You have to write down all these four numbers. Then afterwards, for writing the determinant dx, we are going to make use of right hand side. Okay. So since we are writing dx, we are not going to think of coefficients of x. You will not take in consideration coefficients of x. So if you observe d, in place of a1 and a2, c1 and c2 is written. Coefficients of x are replaced by c1 and c2, and b1 and b2 is taken as it is for dx. Similarly, for writing dy, we are not going to consider the coefficients of y. Forget y when you are writing dy. Forget x when you are writing dx. Okay. So when we are writing dy, we are writing coefficients of x here, that is a1 and a2, and the coefficients on the right hand side, that is c1 and c2. They are also called as constants. Okay. So in this way we are going to write all the three determinants d, dx and dy. After writing the determinants, it is possible for us to find their values. We have seen how to find the values by doing the cross multiplication. So find the values of these three determinants, and then we can use these values and we can get the value of x and y. So then by Cramer's rule, you need to write down this statement. Okay. You cannot write it in the beginning. You have to write it afterwards, after finding the values of determinants. Then by Cramer's rule, x is equal to dx upon d and y is equal to dy upon d. Okay. Here value of d cannot be 0. You know that we cannot divide any number by 0. Okay. So when the value of d is 0, then the simultaneous equations do not have unique solutions. Always keep this in mind. It may appear in MCQs that if the value of d is 0, then what is the solution of the given simultaneous equations? Okay, so whenever value of d is 0, the simultaneous equations, they do not have unique solution. So you have to keep this in mind that d cannot be 0 here. Okay. So let us try to understand this method better by taking one example. Okay, so practice set 1.3, from that question number 3. Solve the following simultaneous equations using Cramer's rule. Okay, so let us see what the question is. The question is 3x minus 4y is equal to 10 and 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. What you have to observe here is that the equations should be in the standard form. Standard form, all of you know, ax plus by is equal to c. So he will observe that the two equations are in standard form. So number these two equations as 1 and 2. If the equations are not in standard form, convert them to standard form. Okay, it is compulsory that they should be in the standard form, so that you can write the value of d, dx and dy properly. Okay, so let us try to find out determinant d first. Okay, so for d, as I have said, you will only think of left hand side. So write down all the coefficients. Coefficient means what? The numbers which you can see on left hand side. Okay, so first equation has two numbers, 3 and -4. So write it as a first row. Okay, don't forget to write minus sign. You have to take the numbers along with the signs. But you know that for positive number we are not writing sign. But for negative number we must write. Okay, so the first row is 3 and -4. See the second equation, 4x plus 3y. So the numbers are 4 and 3. Write them in the second row. Now solve the determinant. Go for cross multiplication. 3 into 3 minus 4 into 4. So 3 into 3 is 9. And you will see that minus sign has appeared twice. And minus into minus is plus. So we got 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. In this way we have solved determinant D. Now let us write down dx. As I have said, when you are writing dx, you are not going to think of x. So forget x. And while writing dx, you have to write down the values of c1, c2 first and then y. Okay. So let us write down second determinant dx. So we will observe that 10 and 5 which are on right hand side, they are written in the first column. And the second column is copied as it is from the D, -4 and 3. Solve it again. 10 into 3 -4 into 5. So 30 plus 20, the answer is 50. Now write down the third determinant, that is dy. So for writing dy, you will not consider the coefficients of y. So you will not think of that -4 and +3. Okay, the second part of the equations. And while writing now, how to write? That the first column from D is copied as it is, and in place of the variables y, the right hand side coefficients are written 10 and 5. You will observe that in dx 10 and 5 they are appearing in the first column, and in dy they are appearing in the second column. Writing the determinants properly is very much important. If you are changing the order of writing the numbers, you are going to get wrong answers. Okay, so be very careful while writing the determinants d, dx and dy. As I have said, in d you will not think of the right hand side of the equation. You will write down all the numbers from left hand side. In dx, the right hand side coefficients will appear in the first column, and in dy they will appear in the second column. Okay, and then in dx you are going to write down coefficients of y, and in dy you are going to write down the coefficients of x. Okay, so be very careful about while writing these determinants. Now solve dy. 3 into 5 minus 10 into 4. So 15 minus 40, you are going to get minus 25. Okay, since 40 is a bigger number and it is having a negative sign, your answer is minus 25. So you know now d, you know dx and you know dy. So you can use Cramer's rule now to find out the value of x and y. So write down. Then by Cramer's rule, x is equal to dx upon d, that is 50 upon 25 equal to 2. Y is equal to dy upon d, minus 25 upon 25 is equal to -1. And finally, don't forget to write down the solution as ordered pair, that is 2 comma -1 is a solution, or you can simply write x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -1. Okay, your choice. You can write as a ordered pair or you can write down in the form of equal to sign also. Okay. So I hope you must have understood this method. Let us go further. Let us solve one more problem here. Okay. I have choose this problem because you will observe that the equations are not in standard form. They are not in the form ax plus by is equal to c. So first of all, while numbering them, you write down them in the standard form. Okay. So the first equation you can write as 4x plus 3y is equal to 4. That minus 4 on the left hand side is shifted to right hand side and it became plus. This is our equation number 1. For equation number 2, you have to take that minus 5 to the left hand side. So the equation 2 will become 6x plus 5 is equal to 8. Okay, so now the equations are in standard form. The next thing is to write down the determinants, that is d, dx and dy. So let us write down d first. As I have said, see only the coefficients from left hand side, and coefficients of equation 1 you write down as the first row and coefficients of equation 2 you write down as the second row. Okay, so you will see d as 4, 3 in the first row and 6 and 5 in the second row. Solve it. 4 into 5 minus 3 into 6. So 20 minus 18. The value of d is 2. Now the next is dx. While writing dx, you know that we have to write down the coefficients from the right hand side in the first column. And second column you can copy down as it is from d. So the first column is 4 and 8 and second column is 3 and 5. Okay. So solve it. 4 into 5 minus 3 into 8. So 20 minus 24. The answer is minus 4. Okay. Don't write plus 4 in hurry. Otherwise your answer will be wrong. Then go for dy. For writing dy, you know that the numbers on the right hand side 4 and 8, they are going to appear in the second column. And first column you can take from d as it is. Okay. So the first column is 4, 6 and the second column is 4, 8. Solve it once again. 4 into 8 minus 4 into 6. So 32 minus 24 you are going to get 8. So in this way we got the values of d, dx and dy. Then write down by Cramer's rule. Don't forget to write this statement. Where you are using Cramer's rule is very important. So always write down the statement. Then by Cramer's rule, x is equal to dx by d, that is equal to minus 4 divided by 2 equal to minus 2, and y is equal to dy upon d, 8 divided by 2, that is 4. And then write down the final answer as solution in the form of ordered pair, or you can write down x is equal to minus 2 and y is equal to 4. Okay. So in this way we have completed two methods, that is graphical method and Cramer's rule. So in all now you know 5 different methods to solve the simultaneous equations or the linear equations in two variables. The first method is the elimination method. Second method is substitution method. Third method is to solve the particular type of equations, that is by using addition, subtraction, addition rule. Then the graphical method we have studied in this standard, and also we have studied the method called Cramer's rule. Okay. So I hope that you must have understood all these 5 methods. Revise them so that you can use them well at the time of exams. Okay.